Day and welcome back to my channel. So if you're already following me on Instagram, you might be aware that of late I am revamping my entire living room. So my living room initially used to have shades of brown, beige, grey and black, which was really boring and it became very frustrating beyond a point. So then I thought that I will add a lot of bright colors, a lot of pop in my space. As you can see, I've added a lot of colorful cushions here and there. So when you add bright colors into your space, you automatically bring in a lot of positivity in your life as well as in your space. So I am in a process of continuing that, and ultimately it will help you to stay a positive and a strong person going forward. So I was browsing through some ideas online and I found some inspiration. So I thought that in this video, why not do a DIY cushion cover? So basically, I'm going to take you through DIYing 6 cushion covers in this video. Now, this is going to be a long video, which is why I have decided to break it down into 2 parts. So in today's video, I'm going to take you through 3 DIY cushion covers, and in the next part, I'm going to show you the rest 3. So the materials which you require for doing these cushion covers is readily available in your house. But since I did not have those required materials in my house, I went out shopping yesterday and I got tons and tons of new stuff. So that's what we are going to do today. So this is going to be a long video. So please grab your cup of coffee and stay glued to the screen, because I'm sure this is going to be an interesting and you would definitely want to replicate this in your house. So stay tuned. So for the first cushion cover, we are going to do tassels made out of yarn. So as you can see, I have these various colors of yarn here. And then I got 6 cushion covers, 2 colors each. This is a sap green color, this is a orange color, and this is a velvety black. So we are going to do the tassels on the green one using different textures of yarn here. Okay, so the things you need to make a tassel is obviously your yarn, any rectangular object. In my case, I'm using an old cell phone, and obviously a pair of scissors. So let's go get on with it. So first, what we are going to do is that we are going to make rolls of the yarn across the length of the fold. So when you start, you have to press the starting point with your thumb so that it doesn't slip away, and then you just roll like this. You can do as many rounds depending upon the volume you require in the tassel. In my case, I'm going to do 12 to 15 rounds. You have to keep pressing the yarn together, otherwise it will slip away. Since these things are mostly synthetic, they tend to slip away very soon. So yeah, now that my rolls are done, I will clip them off here and then slowly bring it aside. I'll take a small piece like this and lay it here, right? Then I will slowly take this off. You have to be a bit careful, because if it slips out of your hands, then you might have to redo the entire process. So yeah, this came out like this, and then we have to hypothetically place it in the center of the thread that you cut, and then this just tie tightly. So the first knot you have to tie real tight, otherwise it will slip away again. Now, some people, what they do is that they keep this thread long, right? So that they tie it across here in circles. Yeah, so they tie it across here in circles, and then the tassel just hangs from there. In my case, I do not want that process. So what I will do is that this I will just mix it with the tassel, and then go on and cut a piece of black yarn to the knot. Yeah. So now I'm going to hold this down and put one round. Pull it tight as you pull, and then just tie the knot. I do not need my tassels to hang on the cushion cover. I am going to stitch it away, so I don't require this extra thread hanging from top. Okay. Now you can decide if you want your tassels to hang, you can keep this extra thread hanging. Otherwise, you can just clip them down. So now our tassel knot is done. Now we will cut the ends. So your tassel is done. Now also if you want to level the ends, you can do that. I do not prefer leveling the ends too much. I just give it a haphazard haircut because I like that grunge look of the at the tassel ends. So I'll just give it a haphazard and the tassel is done. So similarly I have made tassels of various beautiful textures. So yeah, now your tassels are done. So now we will just go ahead and stick the tassels onto the cushion cover. Now as you can see, I've already done the first layer of tassels on the cushion cover. Now you can do two things. Either you can use heavy duty glue and stick the tassels onto the cushion cover. But in my case, since I have a notorious dog who keeps running around here and there in the house, I wanted something more sturdy. So I chose to embroider the tassels onto the cushion cover so that it stays in place and doesn't fall off or doesn't get damaged and everything. So this is the first layer of the tassels which I've already embroidered on the cushion cover. Now we're going to do the second layer, the tassels which we right now made. Now again, you don't have to overthink about the color coordination, about the pattern in which you want your tassels to be. You can just use random color coordination methods. Ultimately, it's your creation, right? It will look perfect and it will look beautiful once you are done with it. So don't overthink so much. Okay, so I would like to do the grey first and then probably the metallic green. And this texture is a bit difficult, so you have to be extra careful because it is very slippery. So I'm going to put this extra texture tassel in the end and then place the black here and the grey here. Yeah, so this is the pattern I'm going to do. So let's start stitching now. Next we are going to make pom-poms, and in the similar manner stitch them or attach them onto the cushion cover. So as you can see, usually to make a pom-pom you can use a fork, but my kitchen doesn't have those large sized forks, and if I made a pom-pom in this, the pom-pom would be very small in size. So for this project of mine, I wanted large size pom-poms like this, so I used a broader spoon. In a similar manner, you have to hold the end of the yarn and just go round and round. In this case, depends on, again the same, depending upon the volume of the pom-pom, that's the number of rounds you would want to do. In my case, I have done 30 rounds. Using yarn is a bit difficult. It's tangled so soon. Then take a similar cutting, slowly pull the thing off, hold it tight, and then just be a bit careful, guys, because apart from tassels, this is smaller in size and plus thicker, tends to slip. Tight 3 knots to be secure. Yeah. Now just cut the edges. Again, I don't want my pom-poms to look completely round. I like that grunge appearance, which is why I'm not going to trim it in a proper round circle. I'm going to just keep it a bit uneven and raw looking. Similarly, I had made so cute, right? Pom-pom happiness. So now I'm going to place them on the cushion. Now you can place them in whichever manner you want. What I am thinking is just doing a random pattern. 1, 2, 4. Because I initially thought of 5, but I guess 5 will look a bit clumsy. Then I won't have the synchronization there. So we'll go ahead with 4. I'll start stitching. Okay, so for the third cushion, this is what you will need. If you remember, I had done a DIY in which I had upcycled a planter with these felt papers. So these are the leftover pieces from that project. In case you haven't gone through that video, I will put up a link for you to go through it. So what we are going to do with this felt paper here is, we are going to draw random leaf structures on the behind of the felt. I hope it is visible. Okay, I will just do it in this. Yeah. So we will just draw random leaf patterns on the behind of the felt paper. Yeah. And then we will cut them out. So here are your different leaf patterns cut out from the felt paper. I have used two colors here, which I obviously had before. So yeah. So now we'll just randomly layer the leaf patterns on this cushion cover. In this project I have used the orange cushion cover. This is a jute material which I got online. So yeah, we will just randomly layer the leaf patterns on the cushion cover and then just stitch them up with the help of black yarn. So yeah, this is how the leaves look after I have just stitched them on the cushion cover. You can see I did normal chain stitch and I did a branch. Accordingly, I will do the branches on the other leaves as well. And since the pieces are sticking a bit out, what I will do is that I'll put a bit of glue here and keep the piece in place so that it doesn't curl up when it becomes a bit old. Yeah, I'll just keep the pieces. So this is how the third pillow looks, guys. You can see I applied a bit of glue also on these areas underneath so that the leaves stay in place. So that was the first 3 cushion covers for you guys. I hope you try it out at home and let me know in the comment section that how it came out. So yeah, I'll see you soon with part 2 of the series. Till then, stay tuned.